Hi Sagittarius, this is your forecast for the month of September 2016. This is a general reading for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Rising, or Sagittarius Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited the site before, you'll need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. Wow, Sagittarius, you've got a lot going on. You have 2 new beginnings, and your last 2 cards are major arcana. So there has been a turning point for you this month. So the month begins the first week with the Ace of Swords. So you've gotten clear about some things. This is the sword of truth. So you've gained some clarity about something. Now, maybe some of you are working on something and you have a brilliant idea, a creative idea. But this week, you've got a lot of mental strength and the power of your intellect to use at your disposal. So you may be really, working hard towards something and putting mental force behind it. You're doing a lot of thinking, and this is a new way of thinking. There's a new determination, an application of your will. So maybe you're getting a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas that you want to work on. Some of you may be acting as an authority or dealing with authority figures. Maybe you're dealing with the law or some legal matters, or maybe there's some surgery involved. Some of you, hopefully not, are dealing with dominating persons. And maybe you're struggling for some type of cause, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who has a sharp tongue, or a bully, or somebody that's exploiting. But this could be a week where it would not be unusual for you to be in a situation where you are waiting for somebody else to make a choice, a decision, or the first move. And if you've been looking at your connections with other people, you may begin to see the holes, the flaws. You know exactly what's missing, maybe what needs to be improved. If any of you are going on a date this week, then it's likely that there's going to be a lot of stimulating conversation between the 2 of you, and the introduction of some new ideas, some new concepts. You're going to bring something to the party. This other person is going to be able to tell you some things that you find stimulating and exciting, novel. And maybe somebody is constantly thinking. Maybe somebody, is infatuated, either you or the other person, and they're continuously thinking about the relationship. So this can mean, somebody's thinking about the relationship in a different way. But again, this is a communication card, a thought card, a mental card. So if it's operating negatively, which I don't feel that it is, given your other cards, there could be some breakdown in communication or issues with withholding affection by maybe the silent treatment, or not saying the words that need to be said. Some of you could be dealing with stress from overanalyzing a situation, or maybe you're having some mental and emotional anxiety. Now, the second week, you have the Ace of Cups, another new beginning. So there's something new in the way that you're feeling. Now, maybe you're involved in a new relationship or a new love. This could just be the early stages of it. Maybe you feel a sense of emotional renewal. Perhaps Maybe you're involved in some kind of intellectual pursuit, something creative, and it reawakens, a passion within you. This could be the start of some creative enterprise, or some of you are reviving relationships, and maybe your psychic abilities are increasing. But there is a lot of emotional force behind situations. Now, if last week, that Ace of Swords was being negative, maybe this was an argument. This could be a week where you feel as if, love is not returned. You may feel it's unrequited, or you may be unhappy. Maybe you feel that you're not loved. Maybe your heart is broken, or maybe for some of you, maybe you're just avoiding emotional attachments. But there could be some feelings of a lack of emotional fulfillment. But again, I really feel like this is operating more positively. In which case, this is going to be a week where you're going to find it very difficult to keep your feelings under wraps. You're going to want to share your feelings. And so either you're going to receive or you're going to deliver this passionate proclamation of your love. Perhaps this could even be a marriage proposal. So you may be surprised, or you may surprise someone else by some kind of romantic gift or some gesture, or maybe you even fall in love at first sight. So, that's the way I hope everything is playing out for you, Sagittarius, because if so, that's quite lovely. But if not, this is a week where you and a loved one could be in some kind of argument and something that's hurtful. You may feel overwhelmed emotionally. But as I said, your cards don't really seem to indicate that. So this is probably maybe the start, could be for some of you, some new love relationship, or maybe you're falling in love. For those of you who are, if you're looking to have a child, this could be a month where that actually happens, because this Ace of Cups is next to the Empress. So keep that in mind. Now, negatively, there could be issues of mistrust or fear about sexual encounters, or maybe not wanting to let go of a relationship. Not wanting to let go of a relationship that really doesn't hold any more value for you. Now, the third week you have the Empress. So perhaps you're dealing with maternal figures. Maybe you're working on some kind of creative project. Again, maybe some of you are pregnant and you're focused on, bringing a new life into the world. You could be focused on your material comforts or creating a beautiful home for yourself. Anything that makes you feel good, that brings you pleasure. This is a card about bringing something to fruition, trying to manifest it. And this is going to take some time. This wouldn't necessarily be something that comes about immediately, but this is something that takes some effort to bring forth. So just know that if you're doing your best in whatever it is that you're doing, it's likely that you're going to succeed. And of course, this is something that means a lot to you. So this week, you are able to get along with just about everybody. This card is going to allow you to smooth over difficult patches, improve your communication, and help you develop some new or some better connections with other people. So your luck is going to be enhanced, and opportunities are going to arrive for you. Your talents are going to be blossoming, as long as you're putting forth that practical effort to grow it. So you may feel more at ease with yourself. You may feel better about your finances, your profession. But now, if you're doubting yourself, you could allow other people to take advantage of you in some way, for them to abuse your generosity or sort of entrap you in situations that work against you. that are self-defeating. You also should be careful this week about any kind of self-indulgence, whatever that may be, whether you're eating too much or too little, exercising too much, too little, substance abuse, anything that you find pleasurable. Be sure not to take that to the extreme either way. But again, it's likely that you are very close to achieving your objectives this week. Now, again, this card is about communication as well. And so it encourages you to be very diplomatic, to make things easier for yourself, to come up with effective strategies and try to make small goals, because these small advances are going to make a big difference for you in the future. So this could be a week where maybe you take a little time out, you take a short break, maybe do something pleasurable, indulge yourself in a good way. And this is going to renew your confidence in a situation that you were ready to give up on. So, the key is to remain optimistic, to be enthusiastic about whatever it is that you're doing, and to avoid any kind of self-indulgent behavior that could, reflect poorly on your reputation or your achievements, or being lazy, apathetic, because this is going to create some setbacks for you. Now, the last week you have the Justice card. So this could be a week where you're making a decision of some sort, and you're very concerned with what's fair. So some of you, maybe you're involved in some legal affairs, maybe you're involved in arbitration, but you want to restore some balance. And maybe that's just it. You want to restore some balance to your life. This is a card that says you need to be accountable. There should be integrity in all of your dealings. You need to examine your conscience. So whatever choices that you are making this week, you should carefully consider those. And your outlook should be balanced. You should have a sense of proportion. This card is going to give you the ability to make the right decision, to have a clear-cut perspective, and to use the power of your intellect. So again, this could be some kind of intervention on the part of the law, a trial, court case, litigation. Perhaps some of you are involved in some contracts. But this is going to allow you to take some new situations in stride without upsetting the balance of other issues in your life. So although you may need to make certain adjustments, and this may be to accommodate something that you weren't planning on, something that's unexpected, and you may be doing this because you choose to do it, or maybe you're doing it for other people that you care about. Or you may be trying to make up in some way for a loss. But just know that, again, integrity and carefully considered choices are important, because the universe is a little bit less inclined to overlook any mistakes that you make right now. So when this card is on the table, again, you could have some kind of legal, contractual issues that are of concern, and you may need to restore or maybe establish a better balance in your daily routine. Maybe you're taking on too much, or maybe you're not taking on enough. But again, the focus is on what's fair and what's balanced. So this could be a week where you realize that you need to reorganize. You need to set your priorities, get your agenda in order for you to meet your obligations and have a peace of mind. Now, for some of you, it's going to be a little bit tricky for you to remove yourself from certain issues. Be sure that you don't take offense where none is intended, and try to maintain an open, tolerant, and objective attitude so that you don't add a sense of confusion to a situation. So some of you, again, maybe you're in an intellectual pursuit. You're sharing your feelings. There's some creative project that you're trying to manifest. Others of you may be making a decision about having a child. Maybe there's a pregnancy. Some of you may gain some clarity of truth about what's fair, and you're sharing that with another person. Some of you are finding the courage to act, to possibly share your feelings. You've made a decision to share your feelings with someone. But again, this first week, the Ace of Swords, you've gained some clarity, some truth. Maybe this could be about socializing, or again, deciding whether you or the other person should make that first move. Maybe there are new friendships or new opportunities. Perhaps there's some kind of budding romance, or you realize you just need to get out in the community and get out of your shell. The second week, again, sharing your feelings, something that gives you a sense of emotional renewal. So maybe you get some unexpected news. Maybe you connect with someone from your past. Maybe you have an unexpected encounter, or you realize that, life is full, it's abundant, and you need to open yourself up to new possibilities. The third week, you have this Empress. You're trying to manifest something or bring something to fruition. There's a sense of enthusiasm and optimism about something that you're trying to achieve. And so you could have some luck, some new possibilities. Maybe you're taking a risk. For others of you, again, be careful of the indulgence. This could be a week where you need to be more frugal. And then that fourth week, Justice. You're trying to restore order. There could be some secrets that show up. Maybe there's something that you're not seeing, something that you're hiding, or maybe you've decided to stir up something from the past, or that there's a need to recognize your vulnerability or something that comes to light. And the underlying energy is the Ten of Pentacles. So again, I said this from the beginning, you've made some major life transition this month. And this is probably in connection to something that you want to establish for your security in the long term. There could be ties to family, some strong family ties, or to tradition. But stability and financial security is what's at stake. So some of you, maybe you're making some decisions that connect to some major purchases, some business deals, some investments. Some of you are concerned about a parent. Again, you had the Empress, the maternal figure. Maybe there's the clarity of truth about a situation, possibly a legal situation. Maybe that is connected to a parent, and you're sharing your feelings. There's love and concern for that parent. Some of you, maybe there are some abilities that you find you have. Maybe there's an increase in psychism, and maybe this is something that you have inherited from a parent. But again, there's a strong emphasis on security, finances, business, corporations, institutions. So this month you feel like taking on a greater sense of responsibility toward other people, toward situations, and toward yourself. So you are going to be very interested in people that connect to the future. You could have discussions about taxes, about inheritance, insurance, savings. If you're working for yourself, maybe you want to expand in some way, or maybe you want to sell your business completely. Some of you actually need to take better care of yourself and your health. So either you or somebody you love, maybe they're having some issues right now. Could be some allergies, maybe, digestive issues, or some conditions that have never bothered you in the past, but this is a month where they seem to crop up. So if you or somebody that you love has some kind of medical condition, this could be an issue, and it could require some attention this month. For some of you, again, there's this concern about fiscal responsibility. So some of you may be taking someone else's share of financial responsibility, or maybe, you were turned down for a loan, or maybe you're having to pay a higher interest rate. So economy is advised. So again, there's some clarity of truth, a decision being made, trying to restore order, trying to maintain a sense of enthusiasm, optimism, using your diplomacy to gain, trying to bring any projects into fruition. Could be care and concern over loved ones, not being overly indulgent, and watching out for your health. So you've got a lot going on. And again, there could be issues of trust, in connection to your family ties. Maybe you're concerned about support from others. Or realizing that you feel vulnerable, and that for some of you, though, it's the opposite. You feel good and you feel like you're protected, and you've gained a new confidence, a belief in self this month because of the changes that have occurred for you. So this is a month where your desire for recognition, for achievement, for acclaim is either going to create the success that you hope to achieve, or it's going to cost you that success. But these look like very good cards to me. So I see you coming through as a winner, Sagittarius. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. For those of you who have already offered your support, please know that I am grateful. Have a spectacular September, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.